Does everyone in the room know who Faith Hill is? Yes, no? Yes, okay. Well, more importantly, well, she's a country singer, obviously, you all know, and then, but more importantly, she was actually adopted. Just imagine if her parents hadn't adopted her, you know, she might not have the same opportunities or have the successful career she does today. Over half of Americans actually know someone who's been affected by adoption. Once again, through research online and in the library, I feel qualified to tell you about this, and also because my family has close friends that were actually adopted also. The purpose of my speech is to persuade you and others to consider adoption. The reason you should adopt is because it's beneficial for you and a child. You're giving birth moms, unprepared birth moms, options other than abortion, and also it can be cost efficient even if you have a lower income. First, I'd like to talk about the benefits for you and the child. According to Livestrong.com, you're not only providing a home for the child, but also a family. Also, some children might have an emotional void, even if they are living in foster care, orphanages, or group homes, because it covers their basic needs, but not their emotional needs. There's thousands of children in U.S. foster care alone, and you could be that emotional void. You could be the filler for that emotional void and provide them with the loving and stable home that they need. There's a study done that says how beneficial it is for actually the child. There's 92% of children 5 and older actually said they felt positive about their adoption. Also, it's beneficial for you. Through a study done through Adoption USA, it showed that 93% of private adoptions, 87% of international adoptions, and 81% of foster care adoptions were the adoptive parents were actually satisfied and would do the process again. Also, a benefit for you, if you're adopting a child, you can pick the gender. Say if you already have 2 biological sons, but you'd really like to have a little girl, adoption gives you that option that being physically pregnant really wouldn't give you. Also, you can pick the age of your child. If you're older in years, you can choose to have an older child if you can't keep up with a newborn. And also, you can pick a child, if you pick them older in age, that has the same interests as you, whether it be sports, computers, being outdoors, or things like that. Secondly, I'd like to talk about the option for unprepared birth mothers. According to women.webmd.com, there's 12 million American women have had abortions. And one of the main reasons they said was the inability to provide for them to support the baby. If you adopt a child, you could be able to give this a better option to moms other than taking an innocent life just because they can't afford to take care of the baby, because you could take care of the baby for them. Unexpected pregnancy can be one of the scariest and most stressful things for some women, and especially if they're in high school or college and are still young and earlier in their lives and stuff, where they can't provide for the baby financially, or they don't have a partner or support group that could help them raise the child. If you adopt, you could be an unprepared mom's second chance at reaching her life goals, finishing her education, and also giving her that peace of mind knowing that her child can go to a better home than that she could probably provide. Lastly, but not least, I'd like to talk about how you can afford adoption, even if you don't make as much as Angelina Jolie or Brad Pitt. The average cost, it is pricey. The average cost is $30,000, but that's the average. It's not for every case. International adoptions, which are adoptions that you do go to different countries to adopt, range from $20,000 to $50,000, but that depends on the country that you actually want to adopt from. Domestic adoptions, which are adoptions that happen here in the United States, range from $20,000 to $30,000, and then for foster care, 93% of foster care adoptions said they paid $5,000 or less. So, depending on which actual adoption you're going for, it's going to tell you which price it's going to change the price and what it would be. Also, a big thing that some people didn't, and I didn't know about until recently, is that a number of companies will actually help you in the adoption process. Some examples are UPS, General Electric, Hasbro, and also Home Depot. They not only provide you with reimbursement of up to $5,000 to $10,000, but they also give you adoption leave. So, you know, if you bring a new child home, you can have time at home to get adjusted and get, you know, acquainted with them. Also, according to IRS.gov, there's a federal adoption tax credit given. So if you make, it does have a stipulation to it, you can't make more than $182,000 a year, but I think most Americans don't make that much, so it'll probably work for most people. But anyway, so if you make less than that a year, they'll actually give you up to $13,360 in tax credit. So it might cost you maybe $10,000 to adopt a child, but come tax season, they would give you that money back. So, I mean, to sum up the affordability of adoption, it is expensive, but, you know, there are options to help you out, and also, you know, giving a child a better opportunity and, you know, giving them a better life, I think makes it all worth it. So to conclude, my purpose today has been hopefully to persuade you and others to consider adopting a child because it benefits you and the child. It gives unprepared birth moms an option that's better than abortion, and it can also be affordable even if you don't make a lot of money. 58% of Americans know someone who has either adopted a child, was adopted themselves, or has given their child up for adoption. I'm one of these 58%, and yeah, I'm one of these 58%, and I feel qualified and compelled to have told you about this today because of the family friends that I know, and also with extra research that I've done. According to Adoption and Foster Care Analysis and Reporting, there are 400,540 kids in foster care. That's 400,540 kids who could use a person like you to make a difference in their life.